My name is Paul Green. I'm the division engineer with the Oklahoma Department of Transportation for the area that includes Oklahoma City and some counties to the north. Um, Thank you for all coming this afternoon and sharing. We have some exciting news for everybody, and we've been putting that out obviously the last day or so, and we're certainly excited that you're here. One of the things we want to talk about today is how important it is for us to get traffic off this old bridge and highway here. And a good example of that is today we have a hole that developed in the existing Crosstown Bridge over in the Classen area. So if you would, we'd like you to certainly address that in your evening news if you get a chance to make sure people know that's probably going to be closed down to one lane through rush hour traffic tonight. And we certainly appreciate that. Now, the good news. On Sunday, February 19th of 2012, we will no longer have interstate traffic on those bridges. We're very excited about that. We're very excited about the opportunity for a new interstate, a beautiful facility, and I know that the public is certainly ready to use that new facility. We came here on January 5th. We were at the eastbound side of the new I-40 and opened those lanes to traffic, and we said we'd be back in 6 to 8 weeks, and so here we are, and we're very happy to be moving forward. One of the things we probably missed in our last opening was, or maybe should have emphasized a little stronger, was the access to the new facility. We do have different lane configurations and we do have different ramps. So you'll no longer have these on-ramps at Robinson and Hudson here downtown. We will use shields as our primary ramps to and from downtown, and they'll have ramps at Western. And if you are to the west of Western, we probably would ask that you would use the Portland ramp to get on westbound. Again, most people have already established themselves along new routes for the eastbound traffic. And we certainly want to applaud the Oklahoma City people and the downtown workers. They've done a great job of transitioning to new access and new locations for moving through the city. One thing, we know it's going to be difficult during this phase of construction. Again, the great news is we're getting off these old bridges and we should have traffic moving through. It's a much safer highway, but we know it's going to be difficult to get on with just 2 ramps from downtown. Again, those are at E.K. Gaylord / Shields and then at Western. So we're certainly going to ask that people try to find alternate routes. If you usually come down to I-40 and get on and go to I-44 and then go a different direction, maybe you can use 10th Street or something like that to get to I-44. On the east side of town, you know, there's 5th Street and 235. You can get on there to go south instead of getting on the crosstown and then going through the interchange. We know there's going to be some difficult times, and until this is completed and the boulevard is completed, we realize there will be some traffic issues and people will have to adjust. And we certainly want to tell people we appreciate their patience and their understanding. We're working very hard to make sure these ramps are put in place as promptly as we can. We have incentives on our contracts to make sure we're moving forward fast and promptly. And we know this is a big deal. We're going to try to work through it. And as issues arise, we'll certainly address those also. And really, with that, I just really want to open up everything to questions. David Streb, our Director of Engineering, is also here, and we'd be glad to answer any questions you guys might have. Okay, let me just say, I know our media and public relations staff has been working hard with the people downtown, the Thunder, and some different activities that are going on down here, trying to make accommodations and to make sure that they also alert the crowds and the people entering and leaving downtown that there are some changes, and they're certainly trying to make those well known. We really appreciate the the organizations that have worked with us and to make sure that we're taking care of those travelers. Again, the city of Oklahoma City has been a great partner. We went down and discussed some of the routes we're going to have open and what we're going to do, and they had some good suggestions for us, so we certainly appreciate their involvement.
Good afternoon. I'm David Streb, the Director of Engineering. Just a little bit on the ramps. To go back in time a little bit, we understand everybody has been driving the same way to their destination downtown for about 50 years. And we've kind of messed them up for a little while. We opened half of the interstate and want to make people aware the ramp situations. Now you're going to be able to come downtown to Shields. It is a much safer, can hold more cars, handle more cars, but it is different. People are not used to getting off at Shields, and I think one of the things, especially coming from the West, if I could leave one word, it would be if anyone's going to a Thunder game, going to a Barons hockey game, going to have dinner at Bricktown, or doing anything downtown, we strongly encourage you to get back onto Interstate 40 using Shields. And if you go a little north, it changes names to E.K. Gaylord. And right now there is no way, for 50 years, Shields, you have not been able to get onto I-40. So if there's one word we could leave you with, if you are downtown and you want to get back on I-40, use Shields. The other thing, to put it in perspective, we're going to really inconvenience folks. This bridge right here that's 50 years old is going to begin to get tore down in about a week and a half or 2 weeks. And it's going to be dirty, it's going to be messy, and it's going to be noisy. And it's people that are used to driving under it, it's going to be a bit of an inconvenience. And until we get a new boulevard built here, we're going to rely on the Interstate 40, the access at Shields and Robinson, and the access at Western to carry those cars. So we ask for people's patience for the next 2 to 3 years until we get the full system in place. I think once the boulevard is open, downtown Oklahoma City will be in very, very good shape.
Basically, we're going to have trailblazers up throughout downtown. And for instance, this ramp behind us, this ramp at Robinson will be closed on Sunday morning. We're going to close all the ramps first thing Sunday. And from that point on, we'll have trailblazers, which are interstate shields that have arrows on them, point traffic where to go, and try to lead you to the right ramp. Another thing we're doing is we have some message boards up around on I-35 and 235 suggesting that maybe people get off at 6th Street to come in downtown off of 235 and things like that. We have some alternate routes out there. We're certainly not telling people where to go. We're just giving them some alternate ideas if they need some. Yes, we're doing it on Sunday morning. It's a low traffic volume. We're trying to do it when it won't impact a lot of people, and so by noon we should have everything switched over to the new alignment and hopefully in good shape.